Alright guys, and we're back, and I hope that actually helps you on like a more defined like path you should take. There was kind of some mishaps there with me not having first place, but oh well, that's fine. Still could show you the right path regardless, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, now I'm just gonna be showing you around in your safe house, like all the cars there are currently in the game and like performance parts and stuff like that. Okay. First we're going to go to the skill workshop. This is where you're going to put skills on your car, or skill mods. Like this stuff over here, you could buy them all, but they're only 1 star, so really I wouldn't even bother. It's really easy to win them, and most of the time you can always win something that isn't 1 star. Like, you know, we've already got two star mods, and really for the beginning I would recommend either, like, if you're going to just be doing races all the time, I would go for the race cash mod. But if you're going to be following the way I, you know, rack up money and stuff, I would just throw as much pursuit cash on there as possible. But when you get to 50%, down here you see how this is set, both of these are at 13%. It cannot go any higher than 50%, I'm pretty sure. So once you get there, don't bother adding more on, just sell them or keep them for another car. Okay, aftermarket shop, pretty self-explanatory, body kits and stuff like that. So far, as far as I know, the starter cars are really the only ones that I've seen able to, you know, buy a body kit without having to pay real money. But normally the ones you pay real money on look better, but you know, that really depends on what you like. That's, you know, your choice of what your taste is in body kits and stuff. Some people don't even like body kits, so you know, that's all your choice. Spoilers, there are spoilers that you can get without having to pay real money. It's not very many, but they still look good. I like that one. I think personally that's like my favorite one. I really like the way that one looks. Hoods, not all cars have hoods, so just be aware of that. I'm pretty sure not very many cars have hoods at all, actually. Here's the rims. You can actually, you don't have to drag and drop them on there just to see what they look like, because they will look exactly what they look like here. So like, those look like that, and you know, all that fancy, cool looking stuff. You can actually win rims pretty easily, so I don't really recommend spending any boost to get any unless you absolutely have to. Neons you can win pretty easily doing team escapes and stuff like that, so again, I wouldn't really say, you know, go buy boost just for that purpose. Really, you're going to really want to buy boost for cars and stuff, because when you do get boost on this game, you get like free aftermarket card packs and free cars from just buying it. So I mean, tint, another thing that you can win very easily doing team escapes and races and stuff like that. Don't really recommend spending boosts just to get that. I would just use like whatever you have left over if you want to. Lowering kits, same thing. You can win these from team escapes and races. License plates, same thing. You can, as far as I know, you can win them by doing team escapes and races and stuff. There's 2 that you can buy without having to pay real money for, but you know, I don't really see the big deal in them. Gifts, and I've got these. What does this one say? Oh, that's pretty cool. That is cool. But yeah, I think you actually get these. I don't know how you get gifts, to be completely honest. I can't really remember. I don't really mess with gifts or anything like that most of the time. Performance shop, the only performance parts you can really buy are all 1-star. That doesn't mean they're bad, but say you want to keep a car at a certain class, then this would probably be a pretty good way to do that. Like, I'm pretty sure if I start dragging all this stuff on here, if we had, you know, enough money to, this probably might go up to a C class. No, it would still say it would still stay a D class, I'm pretty sure. But if you start like getting, you know, 2 or 3-star parts and start dragging them onto your starter car, or any car for that fact, it's obviously going to raise your rating a lot faster than these will. So if you want to really keep a car at like at a certain class, but you've already got kind of like, say if we had like all ultra parts on here or something, let's just pretend what we've got all ultra parts on here, but if we put another one of our ultra parts on here, it's going to make it a C class, but we want to keep it at a D class. Well, we're not going to do that. We'll just get, let's say, a 1-star set of tires and just, you know, put it on there and it'll stay D class. That's just a pretend thing, just like an example. So okay, and vinyls, pretty self-explanatory. I've already explained that pretty much. So at level 5 you unlock the toy tile, I guess that's how you pronounce it. Level 5 you unlock chicane vinyls, which are actually really good vinyls. Level 5 you get the linear. Level 7 you get the vandal. Level 10 you get the, I don't really know how to pronounce that, it's like icon, I guess. Level 10 you get the inky, that's what it looks like it says. Level 15 you get Kerosene, which are actually really cool looking flame vinyls. Level 15 you also get the Nomad. Level 17 you get the Hatch vinyls. Level 20 you get the Solo vinyls, which are just numbers. Level 20 you also get shapes, which are really useful when you're like making like your own custom designs and stuff. Like people have made like landscapes on their freaking car using just basic shapes and stuff, and it's like really awesome looking. Visor you unlock at level 20. Level 25 you get another pretty cool set of vinyls, Voodoo, and then level 30 you get the camo vinyls. That's pretty much what they are. Finish with that. And the paint, now the paints do cost different based on what they are. Gloss is kind of like, you know, shiny basic color. Matte is like a I don't really know how to describe it. Like, it's not shiny, it's like a duller color, but it's not like a hideous color or anything. Metallic, honestly, the only difference I can see between metallic and gloss is like when I do this right here, you probably won't be able to tell this, obviously, through the video, but there's like little sparkles in the paint on the car when you use metallic, and gloss does not have that. Chrome, you know, that's chrome, so I don't really know how else to put it besides that's what it is. Candy, candy to me kind of makes everything look a little bit brighter and also adds in the slight sparkly effect to the paint. Iridescent, now this is like where you, based on how the light is hitting the car, you know, kind of changes color like that, or you can do, you know, white and it'll, you know, you get the idea. And then pearl is basically the same, except instead of like this red fading into like a black, it fades into something completely different, like this pretty violet blue looking color. And you can also change like the color of your doors and your bumper. Like I can change that black, and your rear bumper you can change that black as well. You can't change the side skirts of your car for some reason. You can change the color of just your spoiler if you want to. You can change the color of both your front rims and back rims, and this car is starting to look really freaking ugly, so we're gonna stop that. Okay, now we'll go look at the power-up console. I want to save the cars for last. Okay, now your power-up console is basically how you're going to switch around your power-ups and everything. Okay, so here's the shield. See, in free roam you've got a set amount, and circuit, it will have a preset for you. Circuit, this is actually a pretty good, this is what I normally take. I usually don't ever use my traffic magnets though, because I find it kind of cheap to use, to be honest. Sprint, here's how mine usually looks. I have shield and slingshot, both on circuit and sprint, because I just don't like using traffic magnet, to be completely honest. It's kind of cheap. So pursuit, I've got instant cooldown just in case I get in a bind, nitrous, juggernaut, and emergency evade. You don't ever want to take something like team evade. I mean, you can't anyways, but you don't want to take anything like that on pursuit, because when you're doing pursuit, it's just you, no other players, but you get to run from the cops using the entire free roam map. You're not limited like Team Escape. Team Escape, what I usually take is Juggernaut, Run Flats. Pretty sure there was something else I had besides Slingshot, but I can't really remember, so maybe that is what I had. I don't know. But yeah, and this is the power-up charger right here. You have to have boost to do this. Like if you run out of shields or something, you can drag it in there and it'll give you plus 15. And yeah, really though, that's kind of pointless, because I mean, you win plenty. So I don't really see the point in worrying about it. Alright, now we'll go to, we don't really need to worry about the card packs. I'll just show you real quick anyways. But usually when you buy boost, the price of these, it'll show 0, which means you get that for free until you just can't get any more. But usually when you buy boost, you'll get a car prize pack, platinum pack, and that's pretty much it. So yeah, in this you can gamble your money if you want to in the game, getting these mystery performance packs, but I wouldn't really do it. Because I've had bad experiences, not with this game, but with other games that have things basically that are the same as that. It's basically just a rip-off unless you're paying actual money, which you won't have to worry about that, because if you buy boost, you'll just be getting free card packs anyways. Alright, now we're going to go to the car dealer, and I'm just going to show you. And you can sell your cars, but you cannot sell your last car. So honestly, I only recommend selling your car if you're really wanting another car. Like if you've got like 3 cars you don't ever race with or anything, but let's say you really want this car, then I would say, yeah, if you want to, just go ahead and sell those cars and buy this car. But you can't get this car unless you use actual money. Like I've said before, not every car in this game you can get with in-game money. There are quite a bit of cars in this game that you have to pay real money for, but I mean, they're not overly expensive, so I mean, you know, and it's really only if you want to. You don't have to spend money on this game to have fun in it, unless you absolutely want to. Okay, well, first we've got this car, the Alfa Romeo, the Aston Martin DBS, which I really want because it looks so freaking cool. Look at it. I love the way that looks. Another Aston Martin V12 Vantage. Still have to pay real money for this one. Now, every so often, they will actually have this rotation where you can buy some of these cars with in-game money. So maybe someday the Aston Martin will be available for in-game cash, and you can just buy it then. You won't have to actually pay real money for it. Audi A1 Club Sport Quattro. I should really start looking at the names up here because, yeah, those are kind of small, and the way the fade is, it's really hard to read. The A3 3.0 or 3.2 Quattro. And it'll show you like what class they are and how much what their score rates and top speed and acceleration and handling and stuff like that. Audi Quattro 20V. Audi R8 4.2 FSI Quattro, which kind of looks like Darius's car, because it kind of is, from Need for Speed Carbon, but there's also a version of this car that you can buy with just regular in-game money. I don't think it's as good, obviously. See, like, oh no, it's actually better. Yeah, it is actually better. Well, that's pretty nice. It is 1.7 million, but don't let that bother you. I have bought this car before, and I have it in one of my videos. It's not really that hard to get 1.7 million in this game. I mean, you can easily reach 1 million in a week. Like, seriously, it's very easy to make money in this game. Another car. I actually have a friend that has this car, and this car is ridiculously freaking fast. It's freaking amazing. It looks really cool too. Audi RS4. Had to pay real money for that. Audi SS. You can buy this one. You know, it starts out as a C class, so you could probably get this up to an A class if you slapped a bunch of ultra performance parts on it, but it is 6,500,000. Sorry about that. Another pretty cool looking car, TTRS Coupe. The it says okay, Bentley Super Sports Convertible. I was looking up here and it was showing like a different name, but then I seen the Bentley right here. Another Bentley. It's just basically the same thing, except it's not a convertible. BMW 1 Series M Coupe. And I'm sorry if I don't say the names exactly right every single time. Now this car, I'm pretty sure, is the car that you get when you complete the treasure hunt. I'm not exactly sure though, but it's like a special edition of the car, and it's not a D class, it's actually a C class. This one is a D class, but the one you win is a C class. I honestly don't like the look of this car. It looks really ugly, but it's a BMW 3 CSL GRS or GR5, whatever. The S's in this game look like 5s. This is actually a pretty cool car. I see a lot of people using these cars in one of the Team Escapes that I like to play, and not a bad car at all. You could probably easily get this to a S class if you slap ultra parts on it. This is just a rental car. I don't really see the point in the rental cars, but this is a BMW M3 E92. And if you recognize this car, this is the car that is from Need for Speed Most Wanted and Carbon. There's actually a lot of people that have made this car look exactly like the one from the game. And here's so many BMWs, man. Here's another BMW. Here's another BMW. And this one you can actually buy with in-game money. Some BMW convertible. Another BMW that you can purchase with in-game money. And here's a Cadillac. You can't, there's no version of this that I know of that you can get with in-game money yet, but this is a treasure hunter car. This will allow you to see the gems on the map. There's a R500 Superlot. I'm pretty sure this is like pretty close to one of the starter cars. Just, you know, higher, just a little bit higher up. You can't spend. You have to buy that with real money, but someday there might be, you know, like I said before, they have like a rotation. They rotate cars out where you can buy them with in-game money. And there's the Chevrolet Camaro Elite Edition. Chevrolet, I meant. I don't know why I always say Chevrolet. And you can buy this car with in-game money, as you see here. It's $1 million. And this car you can actually buy with in-game money. It's just a D-Class, but I mean, it's pretty close to almost like a E-Class car. So, you know, stuff like this you don't really have to pay a lot of in-game money for, which is pretty nice, especially if you like collecting the classic cars and stuff like that. You know, pretty cool. Chevrolet Cobalt SS, also a pretty well-known car from Most Wanted and Carbon. I'm pretty sure this car is in Carbon. I'm not exactly sure. I don't think it is. I think they took it out of Carbon. I can't remember. It's been forever since I've played that game. A Corvette Stingray that you can actually pay or buy with in-game money, almost $1 million. Another Corvette you can actually buy with in-game money, $1.5 million. I'm actually working on saving up to get this car because I really want it. Also, basically after you get started in this game, like I said, when you start doing the team escape over and over and over again, yeah, it's kind of repetitive, but the whole point of that is to help build up to another car, or to get money for another car, and also build the car up you have. So when you get enough money to buy whatever your car you want, depending on what you want to do, that's really your decision. Like, if you want to go racing, I would start playing multiplayer races, and I would equip whatever car you're going to use with race cash, and so that way you can get practice in on racing and stuff like that. You can also get this Corvette with in-game money. I'm pretty sure this one is better. Yeah, that one's better. Slightly better, but still better nonetheless. But it does cost more. Oh, wait, what was that? Okay. Another muscle car, but you have to pay real money for that one. I think that one, I'm pretty sure I've seen it on sale one day where you could just buy it with in-game money, so that probably came out of rotation during that time. Chrysler Hemi, I actually have one of these. It's not a treasure hunt edition. It's a I think it's called a Juggernaut edition or a Team Escape edition, something like that. But sometimes you can win cars that are Team Escape edition cars, and they have a extra skill mod that equips them with more mass so they can easily knock cop cars out of the way for you, which is pretty awesome. Pretty sure you can actually start with this car, but it's an E-Class. Yeah, yeah, I think it's this one that you can start with. I'm not sure though. But yeah, more classic muscle cars, you know, pretty cheap. Like, that's easily reachable if you want it, but oh yeah, it is an E-Class. I was just looking at the one you pay for. Yeah, you can start with this one. Another, and this one's pretty awesome. I love the way these Dodges look. The Dodge Viper. I'm pretty sure that I did see this go on sale for in-game cash before, but you know, obviously now it's not available for in-game cash. You have to pay real money for it. That's not actually very much though. And here's the cop car version of that car. Oh, it's such a beast. Oh, I love it. Freaking amazing. There's actually, you can turn on the lights and the sirens and everything and chase people in free roam just for fun. Ford Capri. Another cop car. It's a drag unit though, so you know if you want to have some fun doing some drag races in a cop car, there you go. Another old-looking race car. It's a Ford Escort. These little race cars are actually really good. You know, obviously they are a race car, but Ford F-150. Wait, is that? Okay, I thought that had like another option for it where you can just have the Ford. The Ford Focus RS. I don't think I've ever seen this car go into rotation for in-game money. And here's the Ford GT. Pretty beast looking. You can buy it with all of this stuff. But if you want to buy a Ford GT without having to pay real money for it, then you can just get this one, which is almost a million. And then you got this. I'm sorry, but I do not find that appealing whatsoever. I mean, it's a classic looking car, yeah, but especially that green. It's like vomit green going down the freaking side of it. The Ford Mustang Boss. Freaking sexy. I have a friend that has this exact same car, and he freaking loves it to death. So if you want to spend money on this game, and you, well, if you like Mustangs, definitely recommend it. But if you want to buy it with just regular in-game money, it's 1.9 million, but it does start out as an A-class, so that's not bad at all. And also, this car has really good acceleration. Look at that. You could take tight turns in this thing like a freaking beast and come out so freaking fast. And here's the classic model. You have to pay real money for it, though, however. Now, these SUV type cars, trucks, things, are really meant for like doing team escape and pursuits, because these just effing destroy cop cars. They send them flying like in the sky. It's ridiculous. And here's a Jaguar, a classic model, E-Type lightweight. And the Jaguar XKR is a treasure hunt edition car, so yeah, you have to pay real money for it, but maybe someday we'll go into rotation. I might buy it, I'm not sure. I like the Jaguar XKR and everything, but I'm not really sure if I'm gonna buy it. The first true licensed SUV in the game is a Jeep Grand Cherokee, so if you love Jeeps and you love SUVs and you love official, then yeah. And these cars are actually really freaking cool. I don't think you can actually buy one without spending real money, because they are an S-Class car. You see, this one is an A-Class, but to be completely honest, this can easily be an S-Class car. Like, it would not take very much at all to make it an S-Class. And there's another S-Class version of it. Yeah, I don't think you can actually buy those cars without using real money. The Lamborghini Aventador starts out as an S-Class car, and you get street parts with it. Lamborghini Countach. Now this car you can actually buy with in-game money, and I have this car actually. I have most of the Lamborghinis, but this car is actually a really good car. Like, hands down, is a really good car. I recommend buying it. Like, if you're wanting to get into some fast races, you could definitely get this car. You can get this car up to easily a B class, but I'm pretty sure if you put ultra parts on it, it might go up to an A class. This Lamborghini I do not own, but yeah, there it is. Lamborghini Gallardo, just recently got it. You can buy it with in-game cash, and you can easily get them up to a A-class car. I'm not sure about going up to an S-class. I'd have to see. Maybe if I get more Ultra parts in the future, I'll experiment with it and see if I can get it up to an S class. But for now, I don't really know. And this is basically just the same thing. It's just a convertible. This is a classic model Lamborghini. That's another one I do not own. This is an A-class car that you can get with in-game money. And this car is actually really good. To me, the turning is a little bit tight. Like, not as in it can take tight corners real well, but like its turn ratio, maybe I should say, isn't very wide. But it's still a very good car. As long as you brake pretty well, taking sharp turns and stuff, you shouldn't have any problem racing with this car. And this is basically just the same thing, except a version you can pay real money for. And I also have this car. You can't get it unless you pay for it with boost. But this car is actually a pretty good car. To me, it's about the same as the Lamborghini Aventador. To me, it kind of feels about the same, but then again, my Aventador does have Ultra parts on it, and this starts out with just regular street parts. Now I'm gonna have to get a drink. My throat's getting dry. This Lamborghini starts out as an A-class, but you can't get it unless you spend money on it. I'm not really sure if I'll ever get this one because it looks okay, but it just kind of looks a little bit overboard with all this. I don't know. All of that kind of makes it look a little bit ugly to me. So. And here's a Lexus. I'm pretty sure, yeah, you can get this one with in-game cash. This car you have to pay real money for, but that is not very much at all. That's probably like $5. So, this car you can actually get with in-game money, and you might be able to get this car up to an S-class if you put Ultra parts on it. I'm pretty sure you might be able to. Yeah. You might be able to. It looks like the stats are pretty close, even without parts already. So, yeah, you should be able to get that up to an S-class, if not close. Lotus Elise, you can get with real money or in-game cash, 1,000. And then there's a version you can get using real money. And there's another. I don't know if that model's newer or not, actually, but. If you remember the Lotus, it's I remember them from Hot Pursuit 2 for like the PlayStation 2 and GameCube and all that. That's where I remember these from, but I'm pretty sure they're in the new Most Wanted that came out. The MA Russia, you cannot get unless you spend real money on it, but it's kind of like a supercar, I guess you would say. But you can obviously get it up to an S-class car, even though it starts out as an A-class. The Mazda Speed 3. What a name. It starts out as an E-class. I'm pretty sure you can start with this car. The Mazda MX. Is that a 5? Yeah, it's 5. Starts out as a D-class. You can't get it unless you pay real money for it. Then again, that might go on rotation though, so you never know. And here's like a premium car you can get. Mazda RX-8. There's no in-game cash version of it yet. And the McLaren F1 is an elite car. I'm pretty sure it's one of the new elite cars. Well, the only new elite car, I should say. But you can't get the McLaren unless you pay real money for it. Because, I mean, look at that. That's with freaking... That's ridiculous. This car is... God knows how fast. God knows how fast that car is. Then you've got the Mercedes McLaren 722 edition. Yeah, no, 722. That just sounded so retarded. 722 edition. I remember this car from Carbon, and I hated it. So, I don't really know how it plays in this game, though. I haven't tried it. Also haven't tested out this car in the game. Don't really like it that much. The Mitsubishi Eclipse. I'm pretty sure you can't get this car unless you pay real money for it. Yeah, you have to pay real money for it. And then, you know, you got the Eclipse GT. So, I mean... And this car. I like the way this car looks and everything, but I actually bought this car already, and I don't really like the handling on this car all that much. The handling is really suckish. I mean, some people may like it, but the turning is real slow. It's almost like there's a delay when you're turning the car, because it's like you'll move the analog stick over or you'll press the key down to turn left, and it's like the driver just starts slowly turning the wheel instead of, like, you know, turning the wheel like he's actually racing or something. And here's another version of the car that you pay real money for. And then here's like a newer version of the car that you don't have to pay real money for, that's got a lot better handling. I actually might save up and get this car because that looks pretty awesome. And I do have this. Now this is one of those SUVs that are meant for taking out cops, and so far it's pretty good. The only complaint I do have about this is sometimes it does have the tendency to lift up, and sometimes you can even get stuck on top of a cop car. So, just, you know, when you go to ram a cop, just kind of be careful using this car if you do get it. And then, you know, we started with that car, and that's one of the cars we could have started with. So far, I've never seen this car go into rotation. That's just another version of it. Another Nissan, the Fair Lady, I think that's what it's called. Yep, Fair Lady. Nissan GTR, I think you can get this. Yeah, you can get this with in-game money. I actually see a lot of people with these cars, so they're probably pretty good. Oh, there's another version that you can get with in-game money, and it's an A-Class. Well, if you're gonna get it, I would say get this one, to be completely honest. And here's a Nissan Sky. I'm just gonna call it the Nissan Skyline because it's basically what it is. It even says Skyline right there. But can't get it unless you pay real money. There's the Nissan Silvia, Nissan Skyline 2000 GT-R. Some other kind of Nissan. Can't pay in-game money for it though. This is like a ridiculously fast supercar. Look at that freaking acceleration on that mother fricker. Jesus. It's got like a freaking, looks like a jet engine on the back. And I'm pretty sure this is one of the starter cars. Yep, it's an E-Class. And here's another D-Class car you can get with in-game money. The Pontiac Solstice, I guess that's how you would say it. Porsche 911 Carrera. And there's another new model of the Carrera. Porsche 911 GT2. I'm pretty sure one of these you can get with in-game money. Yeah, this one right here you can get with in-game money. It's $2 million, but I'm pretty sure you can get this up to an S-Class pretty easily. Getting ahead of myself there. Another car, another Porsche you have to spend real money on. Yeah, I mean, as you can see, there's probably, you know, there's a lot of cars that you have to spend real money on, but then again, like I've said before, they do go into a rotation like every so often, so by the time maybe one car that you want gets into rotation, you should probably have enough saved up to get it. Porsche 959, and you can get this car with in-game money. Porsche Boxster, can't get it with in-game money. The Carrera GT, I wonder if you, oh no, you can't get it with in-game money. There's another one, the Cayman. I'm surprised you can't get this with in-game money. I was pretty sure you could. Porsche Panorama Turbo, Renault Sport Clio, and you can get this with in-game money. And is that like the same car? No, the Renault Sport Megane? Yeah, Megane. Sorry if I don't say these weird names right. The Scion TC, had to pay with real money. Daytona Coupe. Obviously, you would have to pay some, like, real money for that, but... And the Shelby Cobra, obviously you're going to pay real money for this, because, I mean, this kind of is like a super classic car. The Subaru, there's not a... whatchamacallit yet for this, an in-game cash version of the car for it yet. And then we've got, is that all of them? No, it's almost all of them. I thought there was a version of this car that was in-game cash, but I guess not. Here's another Toyota MR2. You have to pay real money for it. Toyota Supra. Now I'm pretty sure if I recall correctly, you can get this car with in-game money. Yes, you can. It's almost $1 million, but I mean, it starts out as a C class with no parts, so you could probably get that up to an A class. Volkswagen Golf. Ugh. I don't know why you'd want that, but that car is ugly. Maybe you could get it just to humiliate people with it, like paint it pink or something, or make it disgraceful looking, and then just race people with it and freaking own them. Maybe that's why you would buy it. I don't know. And then you've got a Volkswagen R32, which you can get with... Actually, I think that's one of the cars you can start out with, I'm pretty sure, because it's an E-Class. And then we've got one more. The Volkswagen... I'm pretty sure that's a... Yeah, it's an E-Class. You can start out with that car. That was one of the cars we seen in the first video. So, yeah, that's all the freaking cars, finally. Jesus. Didn't think it would take that long. But, yeah, that's pretty much it for this part. I will see you guys in the next part.